Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Eddie Lascano back with you with another video where we talk about credit, funding, finances. In today's video, I want to go into the question: can you actually get up to $250,000 in business funding at 0%, or is it just complete bullshit? In today's video, we're going to talk about the requirements. Can you actually get business funding for your business? And is this even a real thing? Why am I seeing so many people talking about this all over the internet? We're going to talk about all the requirements it takes for you to get up to $250,000 in 0% for your business. Even if you have a brand new LLC, all it takes is credit. So that's pretty much what we're going to talk about mostly, is credit. Now, I get a lot of DMs all day, every day, of clients saying, hey, can I get 0% funding with a 680, 650? Look, guys, the lenders are getting very, very strict when it comes down to accessing funding for clients or for regular business owners. The ideal credit needs to be at least at 720, 750, and you need at least to have primary accounts. So what are primary accounts? Primary accounts are just credit cards, revolving credit in your name. So this can be trade lines. Authorized users, those do not count. An authorized user is whenever you have, a credit card. Say I have a credit card, it has a 15K limit, and I put you as a authorized user. Now that's a secondary authorized user. If you have a clean credit score and you're looking to get 0% funding, but all you have is authorized users, like, the banks have caught up to that, guys. So you cannot just have authorized users on your account. What I recommend is having primary accounts. Why have primary accounts? You want to show the banks that you have limits, high limits, and you're responsible with them, and you do on-time payments with those limits. And you want to have comparable credit. You want to have 10, 15, 20K credit cards limits in comparable credit when you go access the 0% funding. So why is it important to have primary credits? Let's just put aside the whole 0% funding stuff. Let's just talk about day-to-day activities. When you have a 3K card or a 2K card and you're over here, using it day to day, it's easy. It's really simple to max out that credit card, So the lenders know that. The lenders know that you can really max out a card, and it's gonna mess up the utilization from that card, and you're more likely to have late payments, get a collection, get a charge off. So if you have a high limit credit card and you're doing on-time payments, the lenders are going to look at that, and they're going to give you business funding. They're going to give you credit on the business side because it's comparable credit. Now, I don't always recommend authorized users just because a lot of people don't know what to look for. But in this video, I want to explain what to look for if you are going the authorized user route, because you could still get authorized users to apply for some primaries. So whenever you are looking for authorized users, you want to make sure that you have high limits. You're looking for a credit card that has a high limit, or the card holder has high limits on that credit card. And you want to make sure that they don't have any late payments, and the utilization is a huge thing, guys. So the utilization needs to be under 30% every single month. If the utilization is very high, or they have any sort of late payments on that credit card, then it's going to affect your personal credit as well. So whatever happens to their credit happens to yours. So you have to make sure, you need to be aware of that. Once you build personal primary limits, at least 10K plus, let's just say you have a 740 credit score, you have a 15K credit card limit. Now, what we're going to look for is the LLC. Now, is that LLC in a high-risk industry, like trucking, credit, real estate. And whenever you open up that LLC, did you tell the banks or did you tell the IRS what type of business you're doing, which is the NAICS code? So if your NAICS code is high risk, it's going to be really hard to amend that NAICS code. You can still do it. You'd have to do some amendments with the IRS. But nonetheless, you want to make sure that you have a low risk name, a low risk NAICS code, and to get up to 200K in 0% business funding, you want to make sure you have a LLC that's at least 2 years old. Now, why should I have a two-year LLC? Because there are certain banks that give funding to brand new LLC owners, but you're gonna be stuck at that 50 to 100K limit. If that's all you need, then fine, it's okay. But for the people that are looking for maximum funding, you're gonna want to have at least a 2-year-old business so we can go for multiple banks. And you're gonna have, more options as to where to bank from, what lenders you can access the funding. Maybe they have lines of credit. Maybe they have other business opportunities that you can access with those banks. But the best thing to do is have an aged LLC. Now, if you don't have an aged LLC, the next best thing is to just create a brand new LLC and start letting it age. You can still get the 50 to 100, up to 150K with a brand new LLC, but you just want to go after that money first. You don't be impatient whenever it comes to the funding, guys, because funding will always be out there. There'll always be lenders giving out 0% funding. The banks make money when they lend to clients, business owners. So don't be stressed out that you can't get up to 200K, 250K. Be in a position where you can leverage that 50 to 150K and make that money work for you. So don't get into debt just to get into debt. It's not going to show up on your personal credit, but at least you're going to build business credit and you can leverage that money to make more money. But you have to be careful. That's why I always recommend doing everything in phases. From there, you get that 50, that 150. You make that flip into your business. You put that into real estate, Airbnb. Maybe you want to do that, want to run ads to a certain product, a digital product or a physical product. You don't have to spend that money all at once. So sometimes I get clients and I help them get the funds, help them get, 100, 150. Most of the time they're happy with that amount. So you don't need the whole 250 unless you're doing a huge project. But if you're a new business owner, you can leverage 50, 75K, no problem. And it's going to be a lot easier to pay that money back, especially if you have a brand new business. So what I always recommend is, first, make sure your credit is clean. Guys, if your credit is not clean, this will not work. Credit repair takes time. It's going to take 3 to 8 months on average if you're just doing regular disputes. Now, there are advanced disputes, and I have that inside my school, link down below, where you can start attacking the problems a lot harder. Bankruptcies, collections, charge-offs, inquiries. The little things is what matters with the lenders. You want to have utilization under 30%. That's another reason why you want to have high limit business credit cards or personal credit cards, is because if you have a $30,000 credit card, like I said, it doesn't take much to max out that thing. And once you're maxed out, your credit's gonna go down, and it's gonna be hard to, it's not hard to pay it back, but for a lot of people out there, it's hard to pay back on that high utilization. So I recommend is going after those big limit credit cards. Chase, Navy Federal, there's a lot of banks out there that will help you get 15, 20K credit cards. Once you let those things sit for 2 months, you have an LLC that's at least 1 to 2 years old. It could be, like I said, as long as it's low risk industry, we can make we can make it where we can still get funding in 30 days. It's possible. But my biggest thing is really the credit situation. You know, keeping your utilization under 30% per credit card. The lenders used to look at overall credit utilization, overall, on average. But now, things have gotten so tight that they look per credit card utilization. So if you have one credit card that's at 50 and the other one's at 10% or 20, 30%, you're still gonna need to pay that 50% utilization down on that one card. And that's why I always recommend having high limits, because it's not, the utilization is not gonna affect your credit card utilization as much. So if you have a 15K and you're borrowing 3K, your utilization is not going to be high. It's not going to be over 30%. So yeah, definitely reach out. Go. I have all the knowledge inside my school linked down below. Other than that, the next step is the LLC, making sure it's a low risk industry name, and a low risk NAICS code. Once you finish up that whole setup, I mean, it's really, you know, it's sitting down with the right banks, sitting down with the relationship managers, and the most important thing is the data points. You want to have the correct data points to put into applications, because that's going to trigger those high limits on the business side. And if, of course, if you guys want to talk about liquidation, we could talk about that in another video. But in today's topic, can you actually get 250K in 0% funding? Yes, it is possible if you guys follow these strategies. And I'll be making more videos like this. So if you guys like these videos, like, subscribe, comment down any questions, or if you want me to go into detail about anything more related on the 250K 0% funding, just comment down below, like this video, and don't forget to share, guys. All right, see you guys in the next one.